Mark, welcome to the club, Great Icebreaker. We got to know you and a little bit about your speaking style and your ability. I loved the defined opening and the body and the close, the yin and the yang. You shared with us and defined yin and yang, and then you used it in the speech, and then you brought us back to that in the close, so it was a terrific tie. Things that I liked about your presentation. First of all, your primary mission was for us to get to know you. And we really did get to know you and Bart and your two daughters, and also in such a way that we know we like you, but I think we would really like Bart. The passion that you shared with us about your wife and your kids was just exquisite. Other things that I really liked, you used hand gestures, and that's always good. When you said hickory nut caramel and you looked at the ceiling, we could almost taste it. You used props, you used them effectively, you used them in the beginning and the opening, and you also tied it off using the props, and you brought back the mirror. Again, very good. The use of humor, at least twice, talking about how a small town in Iowa is considered redundant, and I married a hobbit. Those were just all humorous, funny little points, and you paused and let us chuckle, and that was great. And speaking of pauses, I loved your use of pause. At one point, specifically, you paused, and you inhaled through your nose and kind of pulled your head back, and it was such a terrific use of pause. Vocal variety, I loved. I picked up one connector, which was an great. I didn't see any use of notes. You may have had some back here, but if you did it in such a fashion that I didn't see it. You used the word of the day, all terrific. Suggestions for improvement. I got from you probably 5 different complete manuscripts of your presentation. I know you worked on it hard and you worked on it a lot. I think that ultimately you need to learn to work from an outline and from note cards or nothing at all, but that's going to take a little bit of time. But I know that you were concerned about this being emotional for you, and so I think that you wanted to do this to get beyond that, but ultimately try to work from notes or from an outline instead of working from a manuscript, because at some point if you continue to do this, you'll lose track when you have it completely memorized, and there's a freedom of not having it memorized. Timing, you went over time. I think I'm going to go over time too. Excuse me, I can't wait to hear Mitch scream and holler like he said he does when the white light comes on. But that's something that you'll work through in time, and I think that's good. You mentioned the part about the emotion, and I did a little bit of research on how not to be emotional or get emotional in presentations, and as a matter of fact, I want to do a Toastmasters tip on it because it doesn't relate specifically to you as much as it might be something to be shared with the club. We all come to TGIF with different skill sets. You are going to learn so much from TGIF by going through the manuals and working on each specific assignment, and we are going to learn so much from you because I know just in your ER work, you've got a million speeches to share with us, so welcome again.